fans, welcome back to another episode on the Red Mountain Radio, and thanks for tuning in today. I'm your host, Brooklyn Anaya, and today we've got another sports insider featuring two fairly new sports, girls flag football and boys beach volleyball. Visiting the pod today are two of my good friends, Sophie Incardone and Liz Gonzalez from girls flag, and Luca Erickson and Matthew Pastorin from boys beach volleyball. For those of you who haven't listened in before, in this podcast sub-series, we'll be discussing all of the antics surrounding high school sports by getting first-hand personal accounts from the athletes themselves. We have a lot of fun here at Red Mountain Radio, and I hope you'll stick around for more. Our first spotlight is girls flag football with Sophie Incardone and Liz Gonzalez. Let's jump right in. Welcome back, all. I'm here with two very special varsity guests from flag football. We have Liz Gonzalez.
Hey, what's up, guys?
And Sophie Incardone.
Hey, guys.
Welcome to the podcast. We are so excited to have you guys here. We're going to have a great time today, hopefully.
Yeah, I hope so, too.
Yeah, glad to be here, man.
Well, let's not delay our listeners any longer, and let's jump right into what we're all here for, which is sports. You guys play flag football, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, good. That's a super unique sport. It's not been around long, has it?
I don't know. I don't think it's been around, but it wasn't an AIA official sport until, last year, I think.
Yeah.
Oh.
They kind of just introduced it into schools very recently in my sophomore year, her freshman year. We kind of just started the building blocks for it. That's basically what it was, and then they introduced it into AIA.
And then it's got a lot bigger since then. I mean, obviously.
Definitely,
we have you guys right here. Yeah. Can you tell me a little bit about the sport?
Well, I would say it's basically like football, but there's obviously some tweaks to it. Like, we don't full-on tackle each other.
Well,
full
sometimes.
flags.
I wish.
I guess it depends if you want to get a foul or not. And then, there's some tweaks in, the rules. I think, point-wise, the points are different.
Yeah, and, when you're blocking, you have to keep your hands behind your back, which is okay in a sense, but it's really hard to block.
Yeah.
Is the point systems the same?
No, that's a little different. I think there's, just a slight difference in that. I can't really explain it. There is a slight difference from football to flag football.
But at the end of the day, somebody has to win.
Yes. Hopefully us.
Yeah,
Usually
hopefully
you
us.
guys, yeah, hopefully.
Hopefully us, because we lost last year, in the semifinals.
Yeah.
But
Can
we
you
were
tell me-
undefeated.
Tell me a little bit about that.
We were doing amazing, actually. We were undefeated in region. We got our own banner for it. 14-0, and then we played in the semifinals, and unfortunately just slipped up and had a tough break, but we're going after it this year.
Against what team again?
Oh, who was it?
Was it Desert Ridge?
It probably was.
Oh,
I can't
Mountain
fully remember.
Ridge.
Mountain Ridge, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, because it was kind of like Mountain View, but different.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, Mountain View's bad as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
so anything with the mountain in it, we don't like besides ourselves.
take it
Yes,
off the board.
Yeah,
actually.
yeah.
That's so true.
We wipe it off the face of the board.
Yeah,
Never see
we
it again.
mop them with it.
Exactly.
As you guys are an outside sport, right?
Oh gosh, yes.
Yeah, and it's literally August in Arizona. Anyway, August, September, January, same difference. It's always hot here in Arizona.
Yeah.
And the heat does get to people. So I want to know how you guys kind of cope with that, especially in this state.
Well, I think the coaches kind of are doing better because they've moved our practice from right after school to 5:30, and I think that really helps because the sun's kind of going down.
Mm-hmm.
But it still is obviously really hot. We just take water breaks, a lot of water breaks, and if you get really super tired and you feel like you're gonna pass out, just go sit down.
Has anybody ever passed out?
I almost did.
Liz almost did, but
It was 2 hours of a practice, and I didn't feel good that day because of the heat.
Mhm.
And we had to do up-downs one time. And we were doing up-downs, and we were doing, hip moves,
Did
flag
you just
moves.
stay down?
And
yeah.
I literally went up. I felt sick to my stomach, went down, kept going up, and I just looked at the coach
Yeah.
And he's like, "You good?" I'm like, "Sure. I'm great, guys." And everyone kept telling me to sit down, but I'm not sitting down.
No quitter.
No quitter,
Liz
exactly.
Gonzalez is no quitter.
Nope.
You mentioned that the coaches, they do take your guys' safety into account, obviously, when you guys are practicing. How do they also, not only just safety, but how do they help you guys become better players? How do they uplift you? How do they take care of you as a coach, but also make sure that you get better as a coach? How do you think Coach Juice, Coach Madison, handles that?
I think he's very good at drawing that line. He'll be fun and really nice to us 1 minute, and then he's strict.
Yeah.
And we just know to lock in as soon as he gets strict, or else we're in trouble.
Exactly. As soon as you step onto that field, because when we do water breaks, we get off the field, you better run. You really better jog off at least, because as soon as you step back onto that field, it's right there and then.
Go.
Go. Take it seriously. Don't mess around. You mess around, we might run poles. Just take it seriously so we can get the job done.
How does that feel when you, at the end of a practice, and you're like, dang, I did good today?
It feels good. It feels really good because I feel like you always have off days, but when there is a good day and you feel you did amazing, it's just amazing. Like, I don't know how else to describe it.
It's definitely a feeling you feel when it's like when it's a good day. It's like your heart is racing. You're excited to not leave. Basically, you want to keep doing more because a lot of times we run routes, we run with the defense. You don't. It's a feeling that you don't want to leave basically. And when it's an off day, you just want to get off the field as fast as possible.
So you guys, mentioned how you feel about the sport, and this is a relatively new sport. So you have probably not been playing it forever, am I right?
Yeah.
No.
What kind of got you into this sport? Why did you decide maybe I'll try flag football this year?
I was playing basketball at the time for I don't know. I've been playing it all my life, and that was the only sport I really truly knew. And I was kind of just not liking it as much. It's just I wasn't really having fun as I thought I was. It was really it took a lot mentally, dealing with a lot of stuff. And then when I found out that flag football was coming, I was like, oh, that seems really cool. Because when my cousin lived with us in my house, we'd go outside, we'd play football a lot.
Throw on the ball.
It was really fun for me. But I obviously couldn't join boys football. I'm 5'2".
Gonna get crushed.
Yeah, I'm 5'2". I'm gonna get crushed. And I'm not a good kicker, so I couldn't do the kicker. But when I found out flag football for girls was coming, I was actually really excited. And I actually told our coach, who's assistant coach for flag football, Coach Anthony Jackson, who's actually the varsity head coach for basketball. I went to his office and I was like, hey, this is happening. They're looking for a coach. Could you possibly do it? He's like, no.
Oh.
And I was like, dang, okay. And so then couple obviously weeks fly by and they introduce it and they say who the coaches are gonna be. And I see his name at assistant. I was like so ecstatic because I know a coach already who's gonna be in the sport. And when I tried out, I was like, I'm not gonna make the team, man. I haven't played that while. I just throw one on the ball. And then I actually got into it and they told me I was a starter and I was excited. I was so happy. And then I met a bunch of new people who ended up becoming a part of my family, to be honest. And I met a lot of new friends. Now football's kind of like a part of me personally.
Did you have a similar experience, Sophie?
Not really. Mine's kind of different. 2-3 years ago, I tore my ACL and playing soccer actually. And while I tore my ACL, my team disbanded. So it was kind of like I had nothing to go back to. And then I come into high school and there's this flag football team and I'm like, oh, I don't know. Then one of my best friends was like, no, please try out, please. So I tried out with her and we just both made the team. And now it's like my main sport. It's my favorite sport.
What about this sport makes you really intrigued to do it? Is it because of maybe the uniqueness of it? Or is it just because it's something that really clicks with you?
I think part of it is the uniqueness, but it's also the team. The team is so amazing. It's a family. We all just get along so well. They make it fun. I know you're supposed to love the sport for itself, but I also love the sport and love the team.
They love you too. Honestly, I agree with her. It's just a whole different vibe of finding that found family, and I really did kind of find it within the team, and I found new friends along the way.
So you guys mentioned that the football team is super tight-knit group of girls. How do you guys help uplift each other, especially if somebody's had a bad day, bad practice, bad game?
So I think one of our main things this year that's also kind of newer is that we do a thing called team touches. And basically after every play, we high-five each other or just do some sort of uplifting thing because it really helps to lift each other's spirits. And I think, that's our main thing that we do is team touches.
What about you, Liz? How do you help uplift your teammates?
It all just depends on the person because different people react differently from just how I see it. One of my friends, Marquez, she's having a rough day. I know too. Just go up to her, just look at her and be like, "Sup?" And she'll be like, "What? Get out of here!" And just giving her that smile. She radiates with energy and positive energy. So it's really easy to make her happy in an instant, or sometimes, you gotta react differently with different people because they might not react the same that me and Marquez might talk to each other, you know what I mean? It just really depends on the person. If someone's having a bad day but they don't want to talk about it, you can always tell by the way they play, you know what I mean? And if they want their personal space, give them their personal space, but, talk with them after, you know what I mean?
I think that's really sweet of you guys that you guys take into account the feelings of your teammates because it's a team sport. It's a cohesive sport. So if, one part of the flag football machine isn't working, the whole thing is not going to work. Exactly. So you got to focus on everyone.
Yeah, exactly.
Interesting. All right, so let's move away from all of the team focus and let's just focus on you guys, Sophie and Liz. This is a question that I really want to ask everybody, but I don't know if it's
go for it.
I don't know. I don't know if it's a little bit
Do it. Just
do it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Nike.
Go for it.
What's your favorite after game snack?
Oh, that's a good question.
Like after game or after practice?
Yeah,
After-
those are two different ones.
Yeah.
Two different ones.
You always have something in mind. After game, something
Mm.
after you win.
After
After
I
we win,
win?
After a rewarding
I'm-
game.
Ooh.
If I'm rich, and I got paid for my
It
job.
was payday, yeah.
If it was payday, man, either a nice burrito from Chipotle, even before practice, that's a good thing, but don't eat it too soon because you're not going to feel good. But if I'm rich, definitely Chipotle burrito. If I'm poor, man, I'm just going to eat home-cooked food, man. It's the best food of them all, is home-cooked.
Yeah, homemade. What about you,
Yeah.
Liz? Sophie? What about you, Sophie?
Honestly, after game, I go to In-N-Out, every time.
Where's
A
my
double-double.
Where's my invite?
I don't want to invite you.
Wow, I love you too.
Oh my gosh.
Really a double-double. Sometimes animal fries.
Animal.
What?
You don't know
got
the
that
secret
dog in
menu.
her.
There's a secret menu. Do you just need a passcode or something? Jeez.
No, I'm just slick like that.
You ain't slick. I seen you on the field.
Liz talks now, but watch her trip every 5 steps during a play. I'm not even joking.
I don't trip, man.
She slips, my bad.
I don't. Stop. I don't know.
So while we're on the topic of field play and some people tripping,
Liz.
Sophie.
Liz, anyway.
Not nice.
So what are your guys' positions on the field? What do you guys play?
I'm the team punter and kicker, and I'm also a receiver.
I am actually a wide receiver. I also am Sophie's setter for the football.
So you guys work together.
We work
Unfortunately.
together. Yeah. She's yet to kick me in my hands, so I'm
sure that's
lucky.
gonna happen after.
I
No,
am
I'm
very
pretty
sure-
skilled. I'm pretty skilled.
very sure it's gonna happen because it's my last year because we're a year apart. So I feel like
Oh.
it's gonna be like a send off, goodbye, Liz.
Bye, Liz. Also, bye to your fingers.
Bye bye.
Yeah.
Be like, oh, you don't need these. No.
No, you don't need them anymore. So you mentioned that it's your last year, Liz. How do you feel about that?
Honestly, very sad. Just because I played sports my entire life. See, and I'm not gonna play it in college because I have anxiety and it just stresses me out for some reason. That's why I didn't play basketball anymore because it just stressed me out. But it being my last year, knowing I won't see these people again, because it's not like I'm going to ASU where I can come back, visit, yay, hi Red Mountain. It's literally I'm gone. I'm gonna be in Flagstaff or something. Can't visit
Or something.
I can't just visit you guys, and I feel so bad saying that, but it's just the fact that it's my last time seeing you all, and you guys have become a big part of it.
That's gonna make me cry.
Aw, don't cry. It's okay.
So let's talk about the lore. I know every single team has, maybe a few interesting stories of the past season. So I want to hear about your guys' favorite story from last season.
From last season?
From last season?
I would say probably every time the coaches just roasted Liz.
Hey, this is supposed to be a safe place, man.
Not anymore.
Oh my god, they haven't roasted me that much. I mean,
Last year they
don't
roasted
give
Liz
me
a
that
lot.
look. Yeah, I get picked. Okay, I will admit, I get picked on a lot, but
Because of the hair.
no. Okay, first off, my hair is natural. Okay, it's natural right now. It's literally natural. It's fine.
The brown is natural?
Yeah. Well, it's not
So
natural.
how
but it's
come-
kind of dyed brown.
So how come you have black roots right now then?
Because I have dark brown hair, bruh.
She has natural
Then why
black
is your
roots.
hair on top of your head as we speak rust?
Are you saying that
Copper.
Liz should get a
It's like a
buzz cut?
penny.
I am not getting a
Okay,
buzz cut.
no. Let's do something. If 1,000 people subscribe,
You're using me for clout, man?
yes,
Bro.
Liz will get a buzz cut.
I will be subscribing.
Bro, I swear to God, I see Madison in the hallway being like, yo, you're getting that buzz, bro. And I'm gonna be like,
yeah. Sophie's gonna make 1,000 alt accounts. Just...
I will. Actually, I'm not even joking. I will, just to see Liz buzz all her hair.
Before we have to wrap it up, you guys, there is a certain tradition on this podcast, and I'm not sure if you've heard of it before, but it involves some trivia.
oh dang,
Oh,
useless.
I'm too good.
I'm useless.
I'm too
Are
good.
you
Watch
guys
this.
up for a challenge?
Yes.
Of course.
Sounds awesome. Let me explain the rules. You will have 10 seconds to answer a question after I ask it. If you answer correctly, you get 3 points. And if not, you get nothing. I'll give you 3 regular questions worth 3 points and 1 bonus question worth 5 points. At the end of season 4, the sport that has the most points in sports trivia will win a sports trivia bragging rights trophy. Do you guys understand the rules?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, let's get to it. Our first question, and I think this one is super obvious as you guys are football players. How many flags are on a flag football belt?
3?
Yes.
Say that. Bro, you play the sport. Say it with confidence.
So you guys have got 3 points on the board. Let's keep it going. The next question is, when did girls flag football become an official AIA sanctioned sport?
Last year.
I will accept a year or a year and a specific day.
Oh.
Wait, I think it was the year prior. Like it had to been like the first year it wasn't.
5.
It's 2023. I swear
4.
it is.
Okay, 2023.
We'll say 2023. In the fall of 2023.
The answer is December 12th, 2022.
I knew it! I told you! I knew it! I knew it! But no. I knew it.
Speak with confidence.
Yeah, says the person who's like, no, it's definitely 2023.
All right, so you guys didn't get those points, but you still have 3 points on the board, and you still have 1 regular question and a bonus question left. So let's see if you guys can get this down.
Confidence.
The next question is, and this question is the one that the football guys last week missed. So maybe you guys can like kind of redeem the football name with this one. What is a nickname for football that comes from the appearance of the field lines?
Wait. I think it is, yeah, but I don't know how to say it correctly. What if we don't say it correctly?
But I had the spirit. It's gridiron.
Yeah.
Is that your final answer?
Wait. Is it our
Lock in.
Is gridiron
Yeah,
our
I think
final
it's
answer?
I think it's gridiron.
Because it's the
Gridiron.
It's like a grid.
Yeah.
It's appearance of the field. So okay.
Yeah, gridiron.
Gridiron.
That is correct.
Yes! Okay, we're actually
Okay, we're too good for this.
So our last question, which is the bonus question for 5 points. If you guys get this right, you guys will have 11 points, which surpasses both football and cross country.
Ooh, okay.
The final question. This one's hard.
Oh gosh.
Which country won the Women's Flag Football World Championship in 2007?
Country. I want to say.
There was multiple countries at the time playing.
I want to say Mexico.
Wait, no, there was this one lady. I studied
5.
her back.
No, speak up. Speak faster.
Mexico or Italy?
You only getting it one.
Mexico.
The answer is the USA.
What? Wait, I thought it wasn't a sport back then.
What?
Why did I literally think it was why did I think it was Mexico?
I didn't think it was a sport back then.
We were close.
Yeah, we were
Very
close. It's on the border.
Yeah, you were just north of the answer.
I
actually.
say-
South.
You mean south?
Shoot.
Someone needs to go back to geography class.
Yeah, east. Anyway, well, that was our final question. So you guys ended this with a total of 6 points. You guys tied football from last week. Cross
Dang
country
it.
is still winning. So, Liz, Sophie, it looks like our time is up today.
Aw.
Thank you guys for
Aw.
talking with me about flag football.
No problem. We enjoy
Yeah.
talking with you.
Yeah. Well, you guys seem to be very committed to your sport, which is kind of amazing. And thanks again for being here.
Yeah.
And I hope you guys
Yeah.
have a wonderful, wonderful season.
Aw,
Thank you. We hope we can see you out there.
Yeah, I'll come watch some games for sure.
Yay.
Definitely.
Yay.
Definitely.
All right, thanks guys so much.
No
Of
problem.
course. See ya.
Bye. Listeners, that was Sophie Incardone and Liz Gonzalez from Varsity Girls Flag Football. The flag football season is starting soon, so make sure to support your school by dropping in for a game sometime. Varsity Flag Football's first home game is on September 20th against Mountain View Toros. Make sure to check them out. Next up, we have Luca Erickson and Matthew Pastorin from Boys Beach Volleyball. Super excited to hear that conversation, especially because we get a special look into a very new sport. Let's take a listen to that conversation. Hey listeners, I'm here with Matthew Pastorin
Hello.
and Luca Erickson
Hello.
from the Red Mountain Boys Beach Volleyball. Luca, Matthew, tell us a little bit about yourselves.
I've played beach volleyball this would be my second year actually. I started my junior year, and the position I play, there really is no position, but I guess I would be more of like the defensive player. Like I'd pass more, I would set more, and yeah, that's really my role on the duo, or in the duo.
What about you, Luca?
I've played beach volleyball for 3 years, and then I did 1 year in club, which was very fun. Positions I play, the opposite of Matthew, so I'm like more aggressive, I hit more, I block more, and yeah, that's basically it.
That's interesting. So there's no positions really on the beach volleyball team, is there?
No. So how it works is that you're put into pairs, and you have to break up what skills that you like do in the game. So like he said, he does more blocking and hitting. I'll do more digging and or passing and setting.
Yeah, and it's like it just depends from like all your backgrounds. Like if you've played indoor more and like maybe you're blessed with height, like me, thank God. I'm definitely playing more at the net because also in beach you can't jump as high since it's sand. So have just being taller in general does help. But then when you have someone like Matthew who's amazing at passing, amazing at setting, it just makes it even easier.
So what inspired you guys to play beach volleyball? Was it a spur of the moment thing, or had you guys been thinking about it for a while?
The reason I play volleyball is because my freshman year, I actually joined the indoor volleyball team, and that inspired me to just want to continue that journey to get better, acquire more skills, more experience, and beach volleyball is just another route since other options like club volleyball are a bit pricey. So other free club activities like beach volleyball are definitely a really good opportunity for students like me.
What about you?
I started with basically volleyball in 7th grade. Played it through then, started club, but then unfortunately COVID stopped that. So when beach volleyball was introduced, I'd already been playing indoor for about 2 years, and I was like, you know what, this could make me better at indoor, and it's also would be a fun thing just to try out in general. And since then, I've just been playing beach, and I've been loving it.
So you both mentioned that you play indoor volleyball before you started playing beach volleyball. How does that help you in beach volleyball?
It's actually kind of interesting because the rules are different, but the actual like
The
skill
skill
level
set,
like
Yeah, like the
translates
skill
between
portion.
both games. It's kind of hard to explain.
It's so the main part of beach is mostly what people do. They play beach so they can get better at indoor because like the main parts that do translate are the passing and having a higher vert because when you train jumping in sand, it helps you jump higher. So then people from beach will generally go play indoor and it makes them just better.
I'd like to add that indoor you also play a specific role, and that way you don't get a lot of experience in these other positions. But in beach volleyball, you both are doing everything. There's no certain jobs you have to do, so you learn a lot about all of the steps instead of just one part of the game.
There's
And-
more fluid movement in beach volleyball.
Yeah,
100%,
that too.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's like, even if like someone is like told to do one thing more, eventually it's going to happen where like I might have to do Matthew's job and Matthew might have to do my job.
So I'm assuming that also helps on teamwork and communication.
Oh,
100%, yeah.
absolutely. Another thing about beach volleyball is that the coaches aren't allowed to coach mid-game.
Oh.
So it's all on the players.
Yeah. So it's like genuinely what we try to do is, or at least me and Matthew, we've tried to like go out and like actually do stuff, make our chemistry better. So on the court, like if one of us is mad, we know how to calm each other down and we just in general know how to work better with each other. So like let's say something bad does happen mid-game, like we can like maybe just like we know each other so well, we can do something random and it might work.
You have to lift each other up. Be each
100%.
other's biggest cheerleader.
Yeah.
We'll knock
Yeah.
sense into each other too at times.
Yeah. All 100%.
During the off season, which is a very long off season because we only have 3/4 of sports, really. So, what actions do you guys take in the off season to better improve your play during beach volleyball, or is it more beach volleyball is used to improve your actions during the volleyball season?
For me, it's really both. I definitely use beach as a huge tool to help me with indoor. As for indoor, I do want to go play college, and with beach, it's just one of those huge, very huge parts that will help me get better at indoor. And then playing indoor also just helps me with like stuff in beach to make me better.
In the off season, we also have open courts, and that allows us to just work in the off season. They have it for indoor and beach. We will just be participating in both of those whenever we have the chance to. And it usually happens like what, every week?
Yeah, twice every week. It's no mostly like Monday, Wednesday, Monday, Thursday.
In Arizona, it's very, very hot, and you guys play an outside sport. So, what do you guys kind of do to beat the heat? I mean, especially with the sand, that's gotta be tough.
Yeah, sand definitely gets hot, and I do remember this vaguely. Last year, we had so many practices that got canceled because we would go outside at like 4 o'clock, and it'd be 116 degrees, and there would be a black heat warning. Where
Yeah.
we physically couldn't practice, and we do get out there. We try to water down the sand. Sand's still burning hot. We're still hot. So what we've done is we move practices from about 4 p.m. to 5:30 a.m., which granted sucks not getting to sleep as much, but it is 1,000% better in at least my opinion, because I would rather wake up early than burn myself and burn my feet in the sand.
Our coach likes to say that it also builds like determination and resilience, not only just because of the heat, but there's so many other factors that go into how a game will go. For example, like the wind, the sun can get into your eyes, the heat, of course. Sometimes you'll trip on sand, or sometimes the foundation just won't be level. And those can all be huge factors that can determine how well you play.
Yeah.
So you just need to gain that experience, learn how to adapt, and persevere, I guess.
Yeah.
What are morning practices like? Like, what time do you guys wake up? What do you do?
I'll
with
say
that?
for me, generally, I wake up 4:50 a.m. because I have friends who also are in it, so I pick them up and help it. But every single time we have practice, I really like it because for sports and me, just in general, I play better when like more awake. So I try to wake up early so I can at least give myself time,
yeah.
wake up, get used to the feeling that I'm awake, and then go practice.
Few shots of espresso, something like that. No,
No,
not
not
you?
really. I'm not really a coffee guy. Just most of the time, I'll just take a cold shower and that'll wake me up. Or if I really need to, I'll just buy an energy drink
Yeah,
because
yeah.
those save me.
Some Celsius or something.
Uh-huh.
What about you?
It's pretty much the same thing. It's a bit early in my opinion, but I don't mind it because our coach will make us run as soon as possible, and that'll definitely get our blood pumping. That'll wake me up, and like Lucas said, just a cold shower or breakfast will help me get that energy that I need.
So you mentioned your coach, Coach Hutter. How does Coach Hutter kind of help the volleyball team become a cohesive sport? As I mean, you only have 2 people on the field at a time, so you're really only working with that person. But how does Coach Hutter help the team become more of a team?
Definitely during practice, I'd say he's very good at incorporating everybody. So like, let's say when we're doing drills, he definitely likes to work with a lot of teams, and he's always moving around all the courts, watching everybody, giving everybody tips, pointers, and then especially just like while if we do scrimmage, he just really is like watching every single court every single time, just making everybody a better player. Like if we worked on something earlier in the day, he'll remind us of that, and then it'll help us just get better in general.
I would also like to say that he holds us accountable and he'll make sure to push us to our limits in order to improve. But I think that's a good thing because if a lax coach would make you more of a lazy player, if that makes sense. So having a coach that really pushes you to work hard and get better is super helpful.
So what I'm gathering here is that the actions of the coach reflect the effort of the player, usually.
Oh, 100%. And I mean, granted, some of like the younger, like freshmen, sophomores, they see it as like a joke, but like us who have been here longer and like those kids who do look up to us, we actually do understand that, and we love that Hunter pushes us so much because especially throughout all the 4 years I've been here, he has taken me from someone who has been horrible, really horrible at volleyball to like a really good player, and I'm super thankful for him.
I've also heard Jacob Red Wing stated, he was on the football team.
Oh, yes, he was
yes.
on here last week.
He said that the volleyball conditioning was actually worse than the football conditioning.
Really?
I don't know if that's anywhat accurate, but I think that holds like a testament to how grueling Coach Hutter is sometimes.
Maybe we'll have him back on here and have you guys beef it out.
It's been a while, but
Yeah.
It's been a while, but we're so chilled. You know, I do like that part. Sometimes practices can be a little tiring, like when we run for an hour and a half for one practice, and it's not that fun. But at the end of the day, it makes us better people and overall better players.
So you mentioned the volleyball team. How does the camaraderie on the team reflect how you guys play? What do you guys kind of do to help those underclassmen that are just getting into the sport or had never even tried it before? How do you guys help them realize, volleyball it's fun and it's a team sport? How do you guys help the underclassmen with that?
The camaraderie plays a very big role in how well someone or an athlete will enjoy the sport. And I'd like to say that we do our best to have fun, but also work hard, because by having fun, we not only entertain ourselves, enjoy the actual sport, and want to pursue more rigorous like training. Yeah. But just the enjoyment that we all give each other when playing and on the courts and all that, it really gives me a boost of energy.
Yeah. What I've done is, because I vaguely remember this, it was like my younger years, freshman, sophomore year. Most of the seniors in general weren't the nicest to the underclassmen. I'm just gonna say that flat out. But overall, so like I saw that experience. I'm like, I don't want that to happen to like the seniors and like younger grades who do come in. So I've just tried to like maybe build a bond with them, or like, hey, like maybe we can go do something after practice. Like I'm always trying to show them, hey, look what you could do if you keep practicing, because I've loved doing that when playing against them. I'll get a little competitive. I'll love like showing them what they can do. But when I do that, it shows them, hey, he's worked this hard for it and look what he can do. Hopefully that can show them like, hey, I can get to that point as well.
Something to look up to.
100%, yeah.
Like an idol, almost.
Yeah.
Speaking of idols, do you guys have any volleyball idols that you guys look up to?
Mostly just like the pros who are like maybe, or like college kids who are D1, and then like the pros on like the Olympic team, especially. I watch the Olympics. Like I love Matt Anderson, Eric Shoji,
Crab Sanders.
No, I'm trying to remember. He's the middle, or no, not middle. He's the outside for Team USA. I'm forgetting his name though. TJ DeFalco. Yeah, he's an amazing player. So I love looking up to all them. And what I like even more is actually looking up to college kids, because when you think about it, they're like what 2, 3, 4 4 years older
Not
than
very
you.
far away.
Yeah, they're not that much older than you, and they're that high in levels. So like, I got to think, hey, what have they done to get there? I'm gonna try to get there.
Yeah.
And especially when I've had the chance, when me and Matthew have both had the chance to play kids who are at that level, it's just an amazing experience.
And is that your goal? The Olympics, college, D1?
Yeah.
Yeah?
It's a reach, but I'm gonna hope to get there. You know, like I've had so many family members in my family just be pro athletes. Grandpa, professional golfer, dad, professional bowler. So I got that to live up to, and I'm gonna attempt to do it.
Interesting. What about you?
For beach itself, I actually am not the biggest fans of the U.S. beach duo.
That's okay.
But I do love I think they're on the Swedish team, Almen and Helvig.
Yeah.
They are such a crafty duo, and they inspire me when playing, especially last year. My partner was Max Zepper, and we'd always try out their crazy tricks in game, and it would always be a little silly, but sometimes they'd work out, and we'd look really cool doing it.
Yeah.
Not only are you guys athletes, but you are first and foremost student athletes. So how do you guys balance your schoolwork and your work?
Work. I'm very grateful to have a job where it's not that demanding. I work with kids in the city of Mesas, like kids who maybe have autism or Down syndrome, and I've been doing this for about 8-9 years already. So I just have already had like a schedule with them, and now at 16, I'm finally able to get paid by them. So it's literally just me doing the same thing, and it's like once a week, twice a week, I go in, I coach them, like whether it's volleyball, basketball, floor hockey, I just go and help them out. And especially here with our theater program, I also help them out with their shows. So that has just been in my life, and then now I can just combine both of them, and I just set time for both of them to make everything amazing.
What about you, Matthew? How do you support your work-life sports balance?
The two things that I like to focus on is taking care of not only yourself, but also your time. When I mean taking care of yourself, you have to make sure that you're feeding yourself the proper foods. For example, you need to have breakfast before practice. You need to make sure you're hydrating. That's actually funny because last year, I believe I cramped at least once a week due to how little water I was drinking. And that was a really big difficulty. But ever since then, I've been drinking a lot more water, at least 2 liters a day.
Remember, we remember because there was one practice, I remember his calf went from like a calf to like the size of a golf ball. Because it cramped so bad. And especially actually last year playing beach, mid-air while he was serving, he cramps on the court and he physically couldn't stand from how bad he cramped.
I was screaming
painful.
obscenities. That's how painful it was.
It was. I felt bad for him. So now we always pestered him to the point where we got like a 2-liter water bottle, and he always downs that every single day.
Just like pump him full of water.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he hasn't cramped.
IV.
I actually don't even remember you cramping at all, like last season. Or well, besides that incident.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys mentioned that you have like these stories from past seasons, and one of the most interesting things that I hear about from athletes is their favorite stories from past seasons, things that they just can't forget, things that when you're 30 and your kids are like, "Hey Dad, what did you do in high school?" And that's what you tell your kids. What is some of your favorite stories from last season?
I have two I go to. One happened my last season, junior year, and then one happened the previous year, sophomore year. So it was sophomore year. I just got onto varsity, terrified, and I remember at Perry.
Perry.
Yeah, exactly, Perry.
Just
The big
for
bad,
by the way.
Perry,
the big bad Perry school. They had this one middle, Ty
Bumgard.
Bumgardner. Yep, he was a D1 commit middle. I think 20 plus D1 offers to like UCLA, Hawaii, Ohio State, all the big schools. And I remember we had to play him in the playoffs. And I was like, you know what? My only goal this game is just to block him once.
Yeah.
I got that done. It was one play. I had one play. I blocked him, went to their side of the court, landed in the back, and our whole bench, everybody went crazy. I remember that so vividly that it was like I will never like forget. That was in my mind, that was like my volleyball moment that got me hooked.
Yeah. What about you?
That's difficult. I don't know. Can you name it?
I'm trying to I remember home, wasn't it? No. It was, I remember that. I don't remember what team, but it was one game where we threw him in as lib because, like, I think it was freshman year where both libs were injured. He steps up. He was just going crazy. He was diving for every single ball, going for every single ball. I just remember this man. I think it was actually against Mountain View. He just absolutely started cooking. Like, he would like no ball drop. He was passing everything perfectly, serving perfectly. Like, he was just that guy that day.
And that's perfect, especially against Mountain View.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Tores down.
Yeah.
This year, Maddox, you're going down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you guys are going to take one quote away from this podcast, it's Toro's down, please.
Yes, please.
All right, guys. Well, before we have to wrap it up, there's a small tradition here on the Red Mountain Radio, and it is a little game of trivia. So, athletes, super competitive people, trivia, kind of competitive sport, and it doesn't require any physical activity. So, you guys want up for some trivia?
Sure.
Why not?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
All right, let's get to it. I'll explain the rules. You'll have 10 seconds to answer a question after I ask it. If you answer correctly, you get 3 points. You guys have to answer the same question. You guys can't be like, well, it could be this or this. You guys have to
Pick an answer.
pick an answer. Yes. I'll give you 3 regular questions worth 3 points. So if you get them all right, you'll get 9 points. And then 1 bonus question worth 5 points, which can bring you up to a total of 14 points, which would surpass anybody that's been on the podcast so far.
We gotta lock in.
At the end of this season, the sport that has the most points in the sports trivia will win a sports trivia bragging rights trophy. Do you understand the rules?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, let's get to it. Our first question, and one of you guys hopefully will know this. If you don't, you guys are uncultured. In which movie did actors Tom Cruise and Anthony Edwards famously participate in a game of beach volleyball?
Good question.
10, 9.
It's definitely not. It's none of the Top Gun ones.
No, it's not top. No, because they played football. They
6.
played football.
Yeah.
5,
I mean, Top Gun would
Anthony
be...
Edwards.
4,
I
What's he in?
I don't know.
3,
I randomly thought of
Space
Beach
Jam?
Boys.
Two.
I randomly thought of Beach
Name
Boys.
something. Name
1.
something. Go.
Lock
Beach,
in your
Beach
answer.
Boys.
The answer
No.
is, you guys are going to kick yourselves, Top Gun.
No way, dude.
When was Anthony Edwards in Top Gun?
Anthony Edwards plays Goose
In the second
in
one?
the first one.
Okay, first one. I haven't watched the first
Anthony
one.
Edwards?
I'm literally not kidding you. I was doing so many Wikipedia searches.
Are you serious?
I am locked in on this one. I
Okay.
swear.
Oh. I'm thinking of NBA Anthony
Oh my god,
Edwards.
that's why. I was like, wait.
I was like, what movie is Anthony
Like,
Edwards
Anthony Edwards
in?
is not
I
an
was like-
actor.
Yeah, were you thinking of the same one?
Yeah, I was
Okay,
thinking
yeah.
of him.
Oh my
Okay,
gosh.
we should have
Definitely
said Top
Anthony.
Gun.
After this, you guys are gonna have to go home and watch Top Gun for
I
sure.
probably will.
For
I've
sure.
seen Top Gun 2, not Top Gun 1. Though.
I've seen
Oh,
both.
the first one's the best.
Top Gun.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
Eh,
Yeah, it is.
debatable.
It is. Okay.
Eh.
So no points on the board for boys beach volleyball. So you guys gotta lock in and maybe culture yourselves a little bit with 1990s movies. So I'm not sure if that was in the 90s, but it's close. Yeah, it has a grainy film, so it's gotta
Probably.
be back then. Our next question is, in what year did beach volleyball make its Olympic debut?
Okay, we gotta think here.
Throw
We
a
gotta
guess
think.
in.
Okay. I know it was mid 1900s.
Five.
Olympics has multiples of 4, right?
Yeah, only
Four.
multiples of 4. 1960s, like
3,
1962. We'll go
2,
Let's try that.
That's not a multiple.
1.
Yeah, it is.
Lock in your answer.
1962.
The answer is 1996.
Oh.
Really?
Yeah, it's a fairly new sport.
Huh.
I have no clue.
You know what? I thought it was way sooner.
So, no points on the board still, but that's okay. If you get the next question and the next one right, 1 regular and 1 bonus question, you'll have 8 points, which is not more than cross country. Cross country was actually like, they went crazy on this, so.
Oh, no, of course.
Of
But
course
you
they
also
did.
won't be last, like football and flag football, so.
Oh, we can't lose to football.
Yeah, don't lose to football. Don't let Jacob Red Wing win. Hello?
Oh, okay, lock in,
No,
lock in, lock
definitely
in, go for it.
not. Our next question is, which court is bigger, beach volleyball or indoor volleyball?
This is
That's so
yeah,
free.
It's,
That's
it's
an in-
indoor.
It's indoor.
Indoor.
Indoor volleyball.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
We
By
got
a
some.
lot.
Yeah, we
So-
knew that. That one's
All right, so you guys have 3
have-
points.
points on the board.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
points
Let's
on the
go.
board. And this is the final question worth 5 points. This could change the game for you guys and make your loss not so embarrassing. So, our last question is, which U.S. men's beach volleyball star is known as the human on switch?
Come on.
I'm
This
only,
is
I'm only
you.
thinking of Crab Sanders. That's the only one.
I
that-
say we do.
10,
I say we just say it.
9,
Just say it.
name. Who else do you know?
Dog, I don't know.
Eight.
I didn't watch the U.S. men's. I watched
7.
everybody else.
U.S. men's. Yeah,
Six.
that's
Just
Crab
say-
Sanders. I can't think of anyone else's.
Should we just say Crab
Five.
Sanders?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go. Crab Sanders.
guys.
No.
No.
The answer is Chris McGee.
Nobody. No.
No.
No, does
No.
it ring a bell?
No.
Chris
Okay.
I've never.
Well, you guys
actually.
I guess I'm
finished-
uncultured.
Yeah. Maybe you should go watch not only Top Gun, but some US men's games. Well, it looks like our time is up. You guys clocked out with 3 points, which is it's bad. But
We
I'm
didn't
not
get
gonna
zero.
lie.
But we didn't get 0.
But it wasn't 0. You guys still got points. So
Were you last place?
Yes.
Dude, come
Yeah.
on.
Come on.
Oh man.
Hey, our skills are better on the court. You should come watch us.
Yeah,
What
for
did we
sure, for
miss?
sure. Thank you guys so much for being on the podcast today. Even though you guys got only 3 points, yeah, it's okay. Maybe better on the court than on the trivia board.
100%. Come watch us play.
Yeah,
We're way better on the court.
totally.
Especially me and Matthew. We're not going to lose a single game this season.
Oh well, we'll hold you to it. You know what? If you don't lose a single game this season, I'll just give you the trivia trophy.
Yeah,
At
give us
that
that.
point, you guys just deserve it.
Give us that.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for being here today. And I guess we'll have to just come out and watch some of your games. So thanks,
Yes,
guys.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, goodbye. That was great to hear from our mountain lion athletes. I'm super curious to see what beach volleyball accomplishes this season. Remember to support our Red Mountain Beach Volleyball program by coming to some games. Well, listeners, that's it for this week's show. We heard some great stories and got great insight on flag football with varsity athletes Sophie Incardone and Liz Gonzalez. And it was interesting to hear about the antics of boys beach volleyball with Luca Erickson and Matthew Pastorin. Coming up, next week on Fall Sports Insider, badminton and boys golf. Tune in next week to get the full scoop on both of these sports. Thanks again for tuning in to Episode 2, Season 4 of the Fall Sports Insider, featuring Sophie Incardone, Liz Gonzalez, Luca Erickson, and Matthew Pastorin. Thanks to them for joining me today. You can follow us on Instagram at REDMTNRADIO to receive updates on episode drops and fun behind-the-scenes insights. I'm your host, Brooklyn Anaya, and thanks again for joining me on this Sports Insider episode. Today's episode was written by Brooklyn Anaya. Our directors are Brooklyn Anaya and Connor Sampson. Our producers are Mr. Kelly from RMTV, Brooklyn Anaya, and Connor Sampson. Our sound engineer is Connor Sampson. And thanks to Connor Sampson for mixing and editing this sound. Thanks to our special guests for this episode, Sophie Incardone, Liz Gonzalez, Matthew Pastorin, and Luca Erickson for joining me. And last, but certainly not the least, thanks to you, listener, for tuning in today. Your support is what keeps us making episodes. This was Season 4, Episode 2 of the Sports Insider on girls flag football and boys beach volleyball by the Red Mountain Radio. That wasn't so cringe this time.